Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm super excited because today we're doing a foundation first impressions, and I know I just did a whole foundation week, but I was just too excited. I wanted to share this foundation with you before it released here in the US so you can kind of know my thoughts, because I have a feeling this is gonna go quickly because it's been super hyped up. And so I wanted to do a first impressions on it. So I'm talking about the Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. They did launch it overseas first, and it got into Allure magazine because it was supposed to be super awesome. And then they did announce that they are going to be releasing it at ULTA stores on April 27th. So you can find it there at April 27th, and they'll be releasing it on the Revolution USA website sooner than that, but they haven't really mentioned a date that I have seen. So this is what we're doing today. We're gonna test it out, and then in the description box after a week, I will put down below my final thoughts on it. It'll probably be down there whenever I upload this video for you guys. So check the description box. You can see what I fully think about it after testing it out for a full week, so you guys don't get gypped with this first impressions. So I'm going to take you throughout the day. I'll be checking in. You can see how it looks on my face, and we're going to go from there. So let's just get started. So first off, I like to read the claims, what the foundation says it's going to do, all that kind of stuff. So foundation just got easier. They launched 18 shades of different undertones. It's supposed to kind of pair up with the concealer that they released. So they have all the way F1 to F18. And it says twist up, swipe on, blend out with fingers, a beauty sponge, or your favorite foundation brush. They don't really have much of a description. It says, fast-based foundation quickly perfects contours and highlights your complexion. It's all it basically says. It doesn't say anything else about what it's supposed to be. I'm guessing it's going to be more of a luminous foundation, but we're going to see. I believe it's going to launch for $6 here in the States, but I'm not quite sure. It could be a little bit more than that, but I'll put all that information on the screen whenever I find out. So I got two shades. I got the shade F10 and F8 because I wasn't sure which one I was going to be. I also have the concealer in C8, so I will be giving you guys swatches of these paired up next to each other so you can see if C8 and F8 truly are kind of a match. Okay, so we have F10 foundation stick, which is my match, F8 foundation stick, C8 concealer, and C6 concealer. Match. But yeah, I have dry to normal skin. I have been getting dry patches lately, and I do have some pigmentation to cover up. So let's bring you guys in closer and we will see how the foundation lays on top of my skin. All right, here we go. Let's do this. So let's swipe and see. This is F8, and we'll see which one matches me the best. So that's F8 right there. And this is F10. I'm thinking F10 is probably gonna match me the best, so we're gonna try that one out today. I've already moisturized my skin, and now we're gonna apply some primer. I'm just gonna go with this one. It's the Too Faced Hangover Primer, and that's what we're gonna do. And then one side of the face, I will be doing a brush, and one side I'll be doing a sponge. And I'll also be using the concealer with it. If you guys are wondering any of my foundation matches, I always do a big list down below in the description box of high-end and drugstore, so you can kind of see if I match you, or you can use me as a reference. All right, let's just get started quickly. So here we go, F10, I'm just gonna start swiping it on my face, and we'll sponge it out on this side. It glided on really smooth, and it's blending out super easy. Sometimes stick foundations, if they're too drying, like it's hard to blend out with a sponge, but this one's pretty easy. So there's one layer on this side of my face with the sponge. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the other side. It feels really smooth on the skin. I don't think it's gonna be a matte finish. And I'm going to use my Morphe Y7 brush. Ooh, I actually really am digging the brush side. I think the brush side looks a lot smoother and not patchy, and it really did a good job of covering those. So I'm gonna see if it builds, and we're gonna go ahead and go in, and I'm gonna smooth out this side a little more. Yeah. Ooh, that totally built. Look at how smooth it looks over there. Remember I had that pigmentation? Look at that. Ooh, I'm really excited. This looks really nice. And it's not sinking into any of my lines. Look at that. Look at that. Usually foundation sinks in there so quickly. Oh my gosh, it looks really good on the skin. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Revolution Concealer in C8. You guys already saw the swatches. I'm actually curious to try the F8 in the center of my face and see. Oh, yeah. This was definitely lighter. Can you see that? We'll lighten up this area. Ooh, I like that. Looks really smooth under there. It's not accentuating pores, and I did not use a pore minimizing primer. So that's really good. Okay. Okay, looks like it's kind of setting. So I'm gonna wait and see if it will just set on its own or if I need to set it. But this is how it kind of looked. I liked the brush side better. I think it came out smoother, fuller coverage, quicker. But I mean, the sponge side looked good too. It blended out really good with both. So I think what I'm the most excited about is that it didn't blend in, it didn't get into any of my creases here, which I'm really excited. And I had dry patches here and here and around my nose, and it hasn't accentuated those yet. We'll see how it goes. It looks really, really good so far. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll be back. Okay, so I finished the rest of the makeup and I'll show you close up kind of what it looks like. I'm loving it because for the main reason that on my forehead, it just looks so good. It didn't sink into any fine lines, like at all. This is probably the best foundation that has ever looked good up there initially. And just on my whole face, it just looks really, really, really amazing. So yeah, it hasn't sunk in anywhere. Let me add a little bit more blush here. And then I'll go ahead and tell you guys. Okay, so I'll tell you really quickly makeup what I have on my face, and I'll also link it and put it down below in the description box as well for you guys. So blush is the LA Colors Spice blush from the Dollar Tree, one of my favorite blushes. I know, Dollar Tree, but it's amazing. So amazing. As highlight, the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight in Embreezy, I believe. Just such a beautiful highlight, and I just used it very lightly on top of the cheekbones and on my nose. For a bronzer, I basically used this Too Faced Sweet Tea bronzer that I'm obsessed with. And I also put some of this on the eyes, just very, very natural because I'm taking my son to the doctor today. For my lips, I use this Revolution liquid lipstick in Stripped. And then right on top in the middle of my lower lip, I used the liquid Catsuit in Nudist Peach. I didn't spray my face at all, but I did lightly set the under eyes as well as some parts of my face with the It Bye Bye Pores pressed powder. All right, so now that I have my makeup on, I feel like the sponge side and the brush side look pretty much the same. They both look really natural. They both look really nice, really smooth. They gave me really good coverage. I mean, for me, this is pretty full coverage because it took away, the pigmentation I had, everything that I had, it basically got rid of it. I also love using the lightest shade here to kind of brighten because it's a really natural brightness. So I used F8 to brighten right here, and I also used F8 or C8 concealer right underneath my eyes. And then on my entire face, I used the F10. Did I? Yes, F10. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm loving it so much. It looks so smooth and so beautiful on the skin, and I think that was a really good shade match for me. So it is 9:58. I will be checking back with you guys in 5 hours, and then at the very end of the night so you can see what it looks like. I'll also be doing a flash test and all those things. So I'm super excited. If you want to be a part of me testing out foundations live the day that I'm actually filming, you need to follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, because that's where I do it at. In my stories, I give you guys the lowdown as it's happening. So make sure that you're following me there. But yeah, I'll check back with you guys in 5 hours and we'll see how the foundation looks on this. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock, it's been 5 hours and I thought I would check in with you guys. I did take a picture in natural lighting, which I love. I think the match is just spot on, and it just looks really beautiful in natural lighting. And I also took a picture under a flash, and I think it has a little bit of bounce back. Just a tiny bit. But honestly, that's not too bad. I've definitely had foundations that are worse than that. So I think it looks absolutely beautiful. And yeah, let's take a closer look at my skin and see how it looks. So it did kind of sink in a tiny bit on my forehead, but honestly, this is not bad at all. It looks really good. And also around my dry patches, I think it looks really good as well. It's kind of accumulated there a little bit. I did set my face, so that could have a little bit to do with it. Maybe if I didn't set it, it wouldn't be doing that. And definitely if I put a setting spray, it wouldn't be doing that. But I didn't do that. But everywhere else on my face, it looks really good. I haven't lost any coverage. As you can see, I still have coverage here where I had those spots. So it looks really good. I give it a thumbs up so far for 5 hours, and it being a drugstore foundation. I've told you guys before, drugstore foundations at 5 hours, they're gone, they're off of my face. So for this being a drugstore foundation, it looks really good. Also, I did want to mention that I did check on the dates. It is the 23rd, it's going to be released on Ulta, and it's going to release for $9 a piece, which I think is a really good foundation, drugstore foundation price. It's actually cheaper than a lot of the drugstore foundations. So I love the price. It will be released on the 23rd, and I think that's about it. So I'll check in at the very end of the night. It'll be like 11, 10-hour wear, so we'll see how it looks then. Okay guys, so sorry I have to use my vlog camera. It's past 8 o'clock, it's been 10 hours. And I thought I would show you how the foundation looks at the very end of the night. I think it looks so amazing, so good. I have dry patches here and here, and it hasn't accumulated. It's come off a little bit right underneath my nose, but like here, it hasn't bunched up, it hasn't looked weird, it doesn't look cakey, it hasn't gotten glowy or oily or thick, which tends to happen sometimes with stick foundations. My forehead lines look amazing. It didn't bunch up in my forehead lines, you know, these lines, and it looks really good and smooth on the skin. The coverage is still pretty good. I'm starting to kind of show through a tiny bit, but it's been 10 hours. This foundation is $9. It's at the drugstore. It is awesome and amazing. I don't know, I'm really loving how it looked. I think it sat on the skin all day long so beautifully. I don't know, I'm just really like loving this. It really did live up to the standards, I feel like, and right now I wouldn't mind going out like this because it still looks really good. So I'm gonna say again, it will be available at Ulta on the 23rd. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but I did want to let you guys know about it, and I know I messed up in the beginning of the video, so it's the 23rd. It'll retail for $9, and I give it a thumbs up. Check the description box. After I test it out for a week, I'm going to write down below my final thoughts, reviews, and what I think about it. So make sure you check that. And yeah, don't forget to give me a like if you like first impressions. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you like first impressions, and I guess I will see you guys. He just sneezed. Now I have to do my outro again. Just kidding. What was I saying?
Thumbs up, like me, join me.
And I guess I'll see you guys next time.